Hey, this is Scarred Not Silent. This is Rodney G with you. Thank you for coming back on a Friday. And I know you probably have been looking forward to this day like I have too. I have been looking forward to tell you about some torture. And the torture has to go below the belt. That's kind of sound like Howard Cosell, and you would have to go look that up though. That's for the old timers right there. And I know I mentioned the stents. And let me get to the story. And I know I sound like a little goofy, but I'm really passionate about the stents because this is probably one of the first times in my life, despite all the surgeries, that this one had me cringed up even before it happened. So I told you about our little hover spot, the spot that all the sick people go to get their labs done, right? When you get that transplant, you have to do your labs all the time. I explained that. You have to go so much that the staff was happy to see me. Like they knew me when I came to the counter. Hi, Mr. Washington. I haven't even checked in yet. Hi, Mr. Washington. They were so happy to see me. Love it. Jingle bells. Merry Christmas, Mr. Washington. Although I'm Jewish. But I represent both. A little weird. But you remember when I told you that we have people that we can identify that's had a transplant because of the bags. The bags. We have our transplant bag that they give us full of our materials. Don't leave home without it like the first month or two when you're getting your labs done. Almost every day. Every day. Almost. So this day, I got into a conversation with a gentleman and his mother. They were not even from California, I believe. I believe they were from out of state. And this was like his fourth kidney transplant. Oh, yes. You think we get one and we're done? No. Sometimes these things have an expiration date that we have no idea of. Because I have a non-cadaver, I have a living donor kidney. Hypothetically, it's supposed to last longer than a cadaver kidney because it's healthier. It's coming from a live person. Okay, so we add some years onto that. However, the specific kidney disease that I have, FSGH, focal segmental glomerular cirrhosis of the kidney, stays within your system. At some point, that little disease, I don't know what it looks like, could go and start attacking my transplant kidney. And when it starts attacking, what it does is it scars the little filters inside your kidney. And those filters do what? Exactly, you're right. It filters the toxins out. I feel like Miss Rachel now. It filters the toxins out. Well, when those filters get scarred up, have scar tissue on them, then it can no longer filter. And then you're on dialysis because you need to filter the toxins out. So FSGS at any time could come back, beat those little filters up, and then your boy will be back on the mic with a new tube or whatever they decide to put on me this time. Hopefully it's not the fistulas. If you've never seen a fistula, go look that up. It's so terrifying. And I've tried since I've been diagnosed to avoid getting a fistula. Horrible looking, and they can cause a lot of issues, but despite what they look like and all the other issues, you need them to live for some people. I've tried to avoid it. But I am diverting away from my story. So I'm in there. I'm talking to the guy. We're talking, my wife and I, we're having a good time. It's early morning chit chat. And we lead to, hey, have you taken your stents out? And he's talking to me. And I go, huh? What you talking about, stents? He says, don't you know they put 2 stents in to open up your bladder? I said, oh, yeah, I remember the stents. Actually, he didn't say 2 stents. He said a stent. So I was like, oh, yeah, I remember. No, they haven't told me anything about taking it out. So then I asked more questions. And I always love this question because I get back to like a 5-year-old self. Does it hurt? Oh, gosh. If it hurts, I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, I could tolerate pain pretty well. My wife says I tolerate pain really well. So much that she goes, he may not feel well, but you will never know. But in reality, I hate pain, like probably most people do. Well, I guess there's some people that like pain in certain ways, but I don't like it. So then I go, no, I don't know about anything about these stents. He said, well, they put them in when you're in surgery. Okay, but they had to take them out. Then I go, obviously, how they take them out? Do they have to put you under? And he goes, no, you don't put you under. And I go, oh no. By this time, I'm already at the beginning stages of anxiety. So I go further. Well, what you talking about? So he goes, it doesn't necessarily hurt, but it's an uncomfortable feeling. I don't know how to compare my uncomfortable and hurt. Like pain's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is uncomfortable. I don't know if uncomfortable is pain, but pain is uncomfortable. See that deep dive I did? So then I start to ask, okay, well, how they pull him out? So he goes, tells me the story. This is where now we're going to fast forward several weeks and it's my time. It is my time. I mean, plop open the champagne because the bubbly's coming out the top. So, and before I do that, let me see if I can help make this a little more educational for you. So a stent, right? So and I'm probably going to be fumbling because I'm reading like off the top. I planned it before and I lost my original one that I wanted to read. So I didn't pre-read before I got on here. So I'm just winging it. Okay. So it says removal. Okay. So stents with thread may be removed in a matter of a few seconds by pulling on the thread. This is often done by a nurse, but it can be done by the patient. When removing the stent, constant steady force should be applied to avoid starting and stopping. Something should also be placed below the patient to catch any urine that leaks during the removal. Let me stop right there. This might be a longer episode than I didn't anticipate this to be long or short, but it's going to be what's going to be. So I didn't have a string on my stent, right? So this thing, okay. Children, if you don't want your children to hear about anatomy parts, this is your time to move them out of the room. I'll give you a few seconds. If you didn't get them out in time, you need to be quicker because I'm going to give you one more second. I don't know if that's considered a second, but they should be out the room by now. So the string is not mine. But what they're saying is the string is hanging out the penis, right? I don't know the technical term of all of these, but the pee hole. The string should be out the pee hole. And if let's say myself, if I had that, I'd go home wherever I wanted to be at and put a little plastic on the floor or a towel and pull this string out with constant even pressure. No, no. I can't even give myself a shot. I'm sure in the hell ain't pulling the string for the stent to come out my penis hole. Okay. Or, right? Let me find my spot because I was trying to help you get your kids out the room. I lost my spot. Now, the kids stay out the room. Children, stay out the room. Okay, so stents without a thread are removed by a doctor using I believe it's pronounced cystoscope. cystoscope. The stent is removed by the cystoscope. It's an outpatient procedure. The cystoscope involves placement of a small flexible tube through the urethra. That's the hole where the urine exits the body, the pee hole. The procedure, which usually takes only a few minutes, causes little discomfort. Little discomfort. Is performed in an outpatient clinic or ambulatory surgical center. Most patients tolerate having a stent removed using only a topical anesthetic placed in the urethra immediately before the procedure. Sterile lubrication containing local anesthetic, lidocaine, is instilled into the urethra. Since no intravenous lines is inserted and there is no anesthesia, the patient does not have to be accompanied by anyone else, and they can eat normal before and after the procedure. Okay. So this stent is about 10 to 12 inches long, and it has curlies at each end of the stent, right? It's curled up. And I hope that little piece didn't blow out your ear. But it's curled up. I don't know how they get the curlies in there to begin with, because I was asleep during the procedure, right? It was during my kidney transplant. I have no idea what was done. I don't know if they was giggling when they pulling on my penis or what they was doing to get that stent in there, but they got it in there. Now, I'm in this room. I'm laid on my back, and I have a generous towel. Well, I had the blankets on me. And then you always have to do like the lay in wait, right? You lay in wait, they get everything situated. They already had the tools in there ready to go. And whatever you do, don't ever look at that little table with the tools on it, because it'll scare the shit out you. It looks like medieval torture devices. It was pretty close. So I'm laying on my back, and the nurse comes in. She's all very nice and calm voice and a little music in the background. I don't know who's playing at this time, because I think I started breaking a sweat a little bit by then. And the PA comes in, and I know the PA. He's a young dude, went to a very prestigious university. And so we built a bond before this moment has taken place. But I did not build a bond with this nurse. I don't think I met this nurse, and I met a lot of people, but I don't think I've met this nurse before. But she's still pleasant. And we get to talk, and they tell me what the procedure is like, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And I get kind of quiet when the procedure starts to start, because I'm getting mentally prepared as best as I can. So then he gets his tools ready, the cystoscope, I think I said, whatever it is, he gets it prepared. And then he puts on these like magnifying glass goggles, right? Like he pull him over his face, and then it like has like an extra little eyepiece attached to it, so he can see better through the little scope. And the little scope has a little flexible little wire on it, or tube on it, with a little metal piece, I believe, at the end of it. And it kind of looks like if you ever watch horror movies and you ever watch Aliens. Well, there's the big alien, right? But when you get real close to the big alien, and maybe you push back a little bit when you're fighting it, and you think, oh, it's not going to get to your head. Well, the big alien has like a little mouth that comes out and just chomp, 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 chomp. Well, the little scope has a little tube. And then within that little tube, it has another tube that grabs stuff. Like chomp, 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 chomp. And so I lay on my back. And the very kind nurse then takes a little bit of the antiseptic and rubs it on my penis. And we're going to numb it up. Because according to my readings, there's minimal pain, just discomfort. Because we put the cream on the skin. We put the cream on the skin. Put the cream on the skin. And it numbs it really quickly because they get right to it. And they pull back the sheet when it's down, and my underwear is down now, and I'm exposed to the little room that's a little chilly. And he goes in, and he takes this clamp. He doesn't go in, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. So I think the nurse does this part too. And she pulls the penis like if you ever watched a cow being milked. And I'm from Iowa originally, and spent some time looking at cows, not necessarily personally, but I know from shows, and I've been on a farm once. Went to school near Wisconsin. I know I have some international people. Wisconsin's supposed to be the dairy place where all the cheese comes from, but so she grabbed my udder in her hand and put some little devices on it. I don't even know what, like little clamp. And now my penis is pulled with clamps on it. And I'm laying there with clamps on my penis. The air is a little brisk. And now the PA comes over, gets his stool. He gets on the top of the little stool. And then he gives me kind of like the play-by-play. Something like you would get on a football game, if you would. And tells me, okay, I'm going to get on this chair, and I'm going to take this tube, and I have to go into your bladder to get the stents. And sometimes it might take a couple of times to get it because it's hard to see if it's way down there, and I have to grab the little curl. So hopefully it won't be many times. And they tell you, and then by this time, I don't know where the nurse, she's there. I don't know if she's holding my hand, or I don't know where she's at, but I know she's giving me, like, she's the cheerleader, and she's giving me pep talks, right? Like, it's going to be all right. You got this. Just breathe. Just breathe, because we don't want you to pass out. Take deep breaths. And I'm breathing. he goes and I got my meat in the clamp and he about put the little thing through the pee hole. And he's working it in there. And I'm going back to right now that reference that I read, and it's no pain, but the discomfort, right? And the discomfort is a whole lot of discomfort. And I don't know if I'm at the pain stage or this is just maybe, think about this. Maybe there's a pile of discomfort before you hit pain. And I'm probably at the threshold of discomfort because I'm not necessarily in pain, but that damn discomfort feels really close. But he is working it through, and I can kind of feel it going through the penis, right? And I'm breathing. By this point, I'm in labor. And you're probably not going to get that breathing sound because probably my editing system might take that out. But believe me, I was huffing and puffing like the Magic Dragon. And they're going in that pee hole. He's in there. And he said, oh, I'm looking for the stent. And I'm puffing and huffing, and the nurse says, oh, Mr. Washington, just breathe slowly. And then he's in there like, okay, I got it. All right, let me go ahead and just put the clamp on it. So he pushes the little button, and I don't know what else happens, but I know he got the stent, and he's like, okay, I'm pulling it out. So he's pulling it out with even pressure, and it's coming out, and I feel it, and I'm like, oh, and I breathe even more. My chest is raised up, and I'm breathing, and it comes out, and it's a boy. I see the curly tubes, right? The curlies. He puts it down. He said, wow, how was that? I go, that wasn't fun, that's for sure. I said, and he goes, but they said they put 2 of them in there because I saw 2, so I got to go back down. Oh, hell. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready, man. Let's just get this over with. All right. You did a good job. And he does the full procedure again, and I'm not going to go through the play-by-play because I gave it to you once. And he's in there. And this one it was a little harder. This one was just, didn't want to come out. And he's looking through, and he's looking, and I can't seem to get it. I can't. Oh, hold on, Mr. Washer. I'm so sorry. And by this time, I'm just breathing. My chest is hitting the top of the ceiling by this point. And I'm breathing. The poor nurse is, all right, Mr. Washington, just slow your breathing down. Slow it down. We don't want you to pass out. And I said, maybe you don't, but I do. I want to be asleep right now. Can you put a little cream, whatever it is, to make me pass out? Can I eat that cream so I can pass out? So he isn't down there. Oop, and he got it. Oh, no, he didn't get it. Oop, now he got it. So he gets it. And all right, Mr. Washington, I'm coming out with it. All right. And he pulls it out with gentle but firm pressure as it comes out. Boom, and it got, so it's twins. Oh, it's another curly. Looks the same as, 10 to 12 inches and about the size like of a little straw. Oh, wow. Nice. It's done. Oh, we're done, Mr. Washington. Oh, great. And I calm my breathing down. I'm sweating. I got piles of sweat on there. I feel like I did get birth for real. I mean, I can't tell you how birth feels because I'm a man, but ladies, if you're listening, I think that was birth for a man. Everybody should have that one time so you can feel it. Feel the pain that the uncomfort levels. I don't know. I'm sure it's painful for a woman, but this was borderline pain for a man. And it was done. And the nurse was great. And she said, boy, Mr. Washington, boy, your chest was going up and down. I could just see it going up and down. You was breathing. I was worried about you. Your chest could have blasted through the ceiling how much you was breathing. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that, nurse. I just take the clamps off my penis, please, so I can put this blanket back over me. That'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, how you do? How was it? It sucks, just like the guy told me it did. And did it hurt? It wasn't comfortable. I'll tell you that. There wasn't comfortable, fella. I will tell you that. There's other things I like to do and get massages. Anyway, I'm not going to go any more into that. But so that was my experience. And I might have talked about it before on this podcast, but I don't think I gave you the real deal. I was trying to hold up until right now. And that was it. That was experience that I have never felt. And since these health issues, which all kind of contributed to the kidney disease in some way or another, other ones, I don't know if it did or not, but out of all my surgeries, and I'm talking about the past, the present, this wasn't like horrible procedure, but it was very interesting, uncomfortable in many ways. And I've lived to tell the story about that one. 27 minutes. You sat and listened 27 minutes of my meat being protruded through. And oh, wow, you're a trooper to sit there and listen to my discomfort. I appreciate it. I thank you for being here and listen to that. Now, if nobody sends me, first off, I got some viewers now. Like Thailand's holding strong. Like Thailand's still with me. Finland just popped through. So hello, Finland. Australia, I think, is still hanging tight. So Europe is like booming. You guys are like representing in my podcast. I don't know if y'all sharing it. I don't know if y'all, now you're going to have a big meeting. You all can start your own little chat about my penis adventure, if you like, in Europe. Invite me down. Invite me down to Europe. I will stand up in front of all your buddies at whatever you guys do in Europe. I don't know what you do in Europe. Where you congregate at. Get me a beer. I know that's supposed to be Germany, but get me a beer. And I don't drink much. Probably one or two. And I will go on that stage and tell you that story personally. You pay for my plane flight in my room, and I'll be there in Germany on the stage to tell you that in person. I'll be in Singapore to tell you that one in person. I'll be in Finland to tell you that one in person. That's all I got to say. But thank you for representing. There's more countries, and I can't remember the newer countries off the top of my head because I'm still coming down. I think I started sweating during that story again. So 29 minutes. You listened to it. You heard that story. It's true. I even gave you an account. If you want, it's not mine. I used to have the stents, but I couldn't find it. Not in person. I didn't not wearing them around as jewelry, but I had the pictures of the stents that were laid up on the table afterwards because they kind of leave you in the room for a little bit. I think they want to make sure everything's okay. So after I got done feeling exploited, I'll go, where's those things at? What do they look like? So I leaned over, looked at them, and I said, I'm going to take a picture of this one because this one has violated me in so many ways. Boom, took a picture, and I had it. And then I think I got off because I'm like, nobody's ever going to want to see these stents. And so I think I took them off of my little my roll, my camera roll, or they're all downloaded in there, but I think it's gone. But you can see it on, I think they have it on YouTube, probably the medical devices you can check out. You can see the little tubes that I'm talking about if you want to do a deeper dive into that. Well, that is it. I hope your Friday is wonderful. You go in the morning and get you some breakfast sausages and eggs. Get you a couple of breakfast sausages and think about my story and start cracking up at the table and have a good one. This is Rodney G, Scarred Not Silent. I was going to say is you can go ahead and send me some comments if you love that story. If not, if you had the kids in there and you thought it was going to be safe and then you had to tell the kids what a penis was, you can tell me how you discovered that story. Sorry, this one's the website that you could go and get the story some more. scarrednotsilent.com. Or you can send my email to scarrednotsilent@gmail.com. scarrednotsilent@gmail.com. And then we could discuss plane arrangements to Finland or Germany or wherever you want me at, so I could tell that story there. That'd be a great holiday party story to have me tell that. FYI. All right. Thank you for being here with me. Scarred Not Silent. Get up for breakfast. So if you're able to wake up for breakfast and get some breakfast sausages at the table and start chuckling, if you're able to wake up, you have a purpose. Bye.